So yeah, everyone that's watching on YouTube, I'm trying to start my webcam for stream. So yeah, and if we don't manage to sort it, then I'm switching over to the PNG YouTuber. But yeah, so today we're gonna be on ChaosCraft. Continuing to dig more of the chunk that continuing to dig out more of the chunk that we started like 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I checked earlier and we got down to minus 24, I think, and Jesus Christ, just as I exit out of the properties tab thing, it just decides to be silly again. But yeah, so we got down to minus 24 last time. We got to that down to like the bottom of the mine shaft, I think. So yeah, we have about another, it goes down to minus 50, 60, so we've got like another, I think it's down to minus 50 or 60. Yeah. Yeah, it's like minus 50, minus 60. Usually it doesn't go down to, usually bedrock comes up much like earlier on than minus 64. Minus 64 I think is like the lowest you can do, and you can go. I need to sleep. But yeah, so we have about another 30 or 40 like blocks to go down. So yeah, let's go. Oh fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. But yeah, let's go. Yeah, I think it is the wire of my webcam that is a bit dodgy. So yeah. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys. I made a new build. I think I mentioned this at the end of yesterday's stream. But yeah, I started building this. I took down the old pier and I made this. So yeah, I made this. This is like a little building. I think I'm just gonna make this into like a random like storage building or like an extra house. It's not gonna be like too functional. It's just gonna have a bit of storage and probably like a bed or something in here. And why is my webcam so silly? Oh my god. We may have to switch over to the PNG YouTuber soon. And the thing is, it was fine. I literally turned it on 2 hours ago to make sure that this wouldn't happen, and to see if I could sort it out. It was fine for like an hour, and then like 15 minutes before stream, it starts being fucking silly. So yeah. But yeah, I need to sort out the roof so that it doesn't have like these little weird lighting bits, because like a lot of the roof is just slabs, like probably over half the roof is like slabs. We've got some stairs in here. So yeah, and then we've got like some blackstone and cherry, and yeah. I really like how this turned out. I've been like kind of posting updates on it on my Instagram. You guys should follow my Instagram, by the way. And I originally built this on my my private creative server. And originally, actually, for this bit, I used, instead of the warped warp blocks, I actually used cyan wool. But then I realised on ChaosCraft, when I actually jumped onto ChaosCraft to start building this, I don't have a lot of wool, and I did not really want to start like grinding to get a bunch of wool for this. But a similar block a block in a similar color even that I had an absolute like abundance of was warped warp, so I decided to use that. And then the thing is, wool is like decently easy to get. I have a lot of sheep, but I was like, I can't be bothered to wait for the sheep to eat the grass to then like get their wool back. So yeah, I mean, I didn't use a ton of warped wart. This is probably about, out of all of this is probably like 2, 3. I probably used about 2.5 stacks, so it's not a lot. Probably used 2 stacks actually. So yeah, and then we have this bit, which originally, okay, so this top bit, I originally didn't like it because of like the slight contrast between the pale oak wood and then like the calcite and then the white concrete, because as you can tell, because originally when I built it I was like, oh, we can use pale oak, that's white, that's like white, but then I realized that it actually has like a slight pink hue to it, while calcite and then white concrete, that's just grayscale. So like it doesn't flow as like kind of naturally as I'd like it to, but I have kind of grown to like it. It's kind of like with, I don't think I can view it from, I don't think the chunk is loaded in, so I can't view it, no. I can't view it in free cam. So I'll just show you guys it. Oh my god. I may have to switch to the PNG tuber in a second. But it's kind of like this bit, the bee house here. Originally, I didn't really like it. Originally when because I started building it off stream, and then I think I finished off the roof on stream. And originally I didn't really like it, but then as I got used to it, I was like, oh, I actually really like this. And this is kind of not really like the fishing hut that is literally, is on this side? I think it is. Yeah, not like the fishing hut, because I kind of wish now that I just built the fishing hut roof differently. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just like, I probably should have just like done it in a similar style to, I should have just done it more similarly to the bee house. So yeah, I can show you, I'll just show you in here. Did I show you in here? I did show you in here, yeah. But I have copper stairs in here that I do need to wax, but I'm not sure what stage of waxing I want to have it. Maybe this stage of waxing, or maybe like the next stage after this one I'll have it be, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't want it like a fully oxidation, not waxing, by the way. I don't know what stage of oxidation I want it to be at. I know I don't want it fully oxidized, because like I feel like that would blend in too much with the wall, but I don't want it to be like this orange color. I don't want it to be like super vibrant orange, you know. So yeah, anyways, we might as well get down here. We can't even see the bottom of it because the chunk's not loaded in. Literally, we can't even, oh wait, we can. Because the chunk is loaded in, but we can't see it because of render distance. But I think we only have about, I think this is like the bottom of the world, so that is like, what, 40 blocks, which I think we should be able to get done this stream. So yeah, and we got to here, which is like the bottom of the mine shaft. Now there's probably going to be mobs that's going to come out, because I haven't placed down torches in this whole mine shaft. So yeah, I do need to sort out the interior of the new build though. Of that new build that I just showed you though, at some point. But I haven't placed down torches in here in these mine shafts, like the majority of the mine shafts. I think I put torches there, like the only parts of it that I've actually like explored, because frankly I can't be fucking arsed, okay? Because the thing is, I rarely go mining anymore. You know, I have enough diamonds to last me for a while. I don't really use diamonds all too much other than for trading anymore, because I don't really need them for armor or tools anymore, because you know we have full netherite tools, we have full silk touch tools, we have full netherite armor, so yeah, we don't really need them for that, and so the only thing I really use them for is for trading. What I might do is make like a little like a treasure pile somewhere, but I am not sure yet. I do want to get more netherite in case I ever do lose my netherite tools or anything, and like if like I die like 20,000 blocks out and I can't find my way back, or you know I you know, or something like that, where it's like, oh, I can't easily get back there because I only have this one elytra. So yeah, I think I might need to stock up on those. I do have a ton of netherite templates that I can use, but wait, did I mute my Minecraft source? Yes, I did. And why did me scrolling through my audio sources make my webcam go off? But yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I think I already have a bunch of the netherite templates that I can use, and plus I do have the waypoint set to like 2 or 3 bastions, I think, so I can easily go in there and like grab some. You know, I only need one, and plus I could easily go over to Sage's base, which is like 2,000 blocks that way, to dupe their template, because I think they still have one. So yeah. I don't know why I'm digging out a chunk, by the way. I just decided, you know what, why not dig out a chunk. so yeah, what have you guys been up to today? Because not gonna lie, I haven't really had that much of an eventful day. This morning I played a bit of Sims, and then this afternoon I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll walk to the shops and get some food. But then my dad was like, hey, do you want to come to your grandma's for a bit? And Mushroom, hello, welcome on in. How you doing? We're just continuing to dig out this chunk while just yapping, because why not? And I need to go to sleep in a minute because it is night. But yeah, so this afternoon I was going to go to the shops to get some lunch, but my dad was like, you know, let's go to your grandma's. So I went to my grandma's. Are you using any mods or anything? We don't have any server-side mods, but we do have. I am using some client-side mods. So I'm using Xeris's minimap, Optifine, FreeCam, and am I using anything else? Minimap, Optifine, FreeCam. I think that's it. I would load up Curse Watch, but that would lag out my stream. And I think the waypoints are included in minimap as well. So yeah, and I am using a few texture packs. So I'm using this one that Tombre put together. He didn't make the texture packs. He just grabbed like a bunch of different ones and then just put them into one folder. And then I'm using this overgrown flower hotbar by Garden Gales, and I'm also using Fresh Animations, which is why I'm using Optifine, because you need Optifine or a similar mod for Fresh Animations. That minimap is useful. I bet I get lost all the time. It is so useful, because beforehand on like other SMPs and stuff, I would have to like remember like, oh, this is the general area of my base. Like I think on Oswick Season 2, which was the last SMP I was on, I was like, oh, my base is around 200 minus 200, I think it was. And also don't mind my webcam. It's being silly. But I didn't remember the specific coordinates. Now I don't have to remember the coordinates. And the only reason I didn't, and I should have used the lodestone on, I should have used the lodestone. Did I use the lodestone on Oswald Season 2? I think I might have, like, later on. But at first I didn't, because I didn't have netherite. But now, we don't need lodestones, because I'm not wasting netherite on a lodestone when literally in the next update, because currently we're on 1.21.4 and I think in 1.21.5 I think the crafting recipe for the lodestone gets updated, so now we can craft it with, so now in the next update we can craft it with iron instead, and then, like, I'm not wasting netherite on a lodestone. And also it makes the early game so much easier, so that I can, like, easily find, I can easily just have waypoints to a strip mine, or a trial chamber, or spawners, or caves, and mob farms, and different farms and shit, and yeah, other stuff, and islands, and other people's bases, and stuff like that. So yeah, I also get lost, like, all the time, and it is very useful. So yeah. Anyways, this afternoon I went to my grandma's. My dad was helping my granddad put up, like, what is it called? Like a pagoda? Not a pagoda. What's it called? Something. He was helping my granddad put up something. And, like, build something. But I didn't know that he was going to be helping him make something or put up something. I just thought, oh, we're going to go over to my grandma's for like 20 minutes and then we're going to go home. And so I didn't bring my headphones, which I probably should have, because I could have edited while I was at my grandma's. And then probably like an hour or two after we got to my grandma's, all my grandma's friends and, like, some family members came over, and I was just sat there like, I am a very awkward person, so I was just, like, not talking to them at all and just playing on my phone. And plus I don't know most of my grandma's friends, so yeah, it was like one person I knew that was, like, my dad's, somehow related to my dad, I knew her. That's, like, the only other person that I knew other than my grandparents and my dad. So I was just, like, sat there awkwardly playing on my phone. And I could have like just brought my headphones if I knew that we were going to be there for a few hours. So I just made edits on my phone, but it's fine. I do have a few. I made videos for TikTok. I do have a few other. I did make, like, a few quick of the, like, photo slideshows on my phone earlier. So yeah. All using, like, the same audio though. It's just I am a big sucker for, like, reusing audios for TikTok. So yeah, and then just, like, cycling through, like, each of them every so often. Like, one time I'll post, like, a video using the Pretty Little Liars theme song, and one time I'll post, like, a Twitch clip, I love reusing audios. I did make some slideshows for TikTok, and this webcam is a hater. Oh my god. And then I got home. And I made my tea. We got home around probably 10 to 4. So I started making my tea. Well, no, I put what did I put away? I put something away. I don't remember what. But something took me like 5-10 minutes. And and then I started making my food. And I made some pasta. I had an early tea. I had an early dinner. And I made some pasta. I also had a bit of chocolate as well. Because we just went to the co-op, which I am not gonna lie, I am surprised they even had the stuff, like pasta and stuff in, because if you don't know, like the Co-op is like this big like chain store, I guess. That's like the best way I can describe it. And then recently they chain like shop, basically, your like local shop. And recently they had a cyber attack or something, and which means that they couldn't like look on their like databases for like whatever stock they had in, and they couldn't like order their stock, and they couldn't like manage deliveries or whatever. It was a whole like mess. And I remember like, I'm pretty sure it's probably all like smoothed over right now, like smoothed over already. But thingy, what I was gonna say. But I remember, like a few days ago, I remember seeing a few TikToks of people like who are living like in like really small towns or whatever, and like little small towns. I think the Co-op is like a pretty popular store in the whole of the UK and Ireland as well, I think, because I think I remember seeing some TikToks, I'm not entirely sure, of people who lived in a small town in Ireland, in either the Republic or Northern Ireland, I don't remember. I think they just said Ireland. And they literally only had, the only shop they really had was the Co-op, and they had like nothing. They had like probably like, they were showing it was like, not, it wasn't nothing, but it was like on the like shelves they showed, it was like one like tub of pre-made pasta and like one thing of pre-made sushi, like, and like probably like 2 cartons of juice, of like orange juice. Like, it was not good. It was not good in the slightest. So yeah, I felt bad for them. Like, where I live, we were fine because it's like that we literally have a whole like row of shops near where I live. So like, and like there's like a bunch of like Tesco's and Asda's near me, but like the people who live in those small towns, man, they could barely do shit because like they could not buy shit because everything just went down. So yeah, it was not good. So yeah, and then after I had my tea, I came on to ChaosCraft. And originally, right, I played a bit of Dark Deception Monsters and Mortals. As in, I waited in I tried to get into a public game, waited on the waiting screen, like the waiting screen lobby, whatever, for like an hour. It was saying 2 out of 6 the whole time. The game glitched and wouldn't let me quit it, so I had to restart my computer. And then I came onto ChaosCraft, and I took way too far. I came onto ChaosCraft. I was actually going to decorate the interior for that building somewhere up there, up that way, I think. Somewhere up here. Here, it's literally here. You can literally see this bit from in the chunk. I was gonna decorate the interior of here, but I was like, nah, I don't want to. So I was just like, you know what? Let's go to a trial chamber and defeat one of those. And I was also gonna defeat a trial chamber on using like the bad omen mode, using a bad omen like potion. But then I realized, oh, it's like 10 to 8, and I should probably be getting ready for stream. So it was like 20 to 8 actually. I was like, oh, I should probably get ready for stream soon. I should probably put all the stuff I got from the trial chamber away, and you know, get ready for stream. So yeah, I did that. And now we're here, just yapping. Not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna have like as many stories to tell now, because I'm not in uni anymore. I am that made it sound like I dropped out. I didn't drop out. I did not drop out of uni. It's just the summer. So yeah. Is there a skeleton inside my thing? There's a zombie there. I don't think that is. Where the fuck is this skeleton? Where the fuck? I don't know. But yeah, I don't have any more. I don't really have a lot of stories from this weekend. Because well, I was working all weekend and I'm not in uni anymore, so I'm not gonna have stories from uni to tell. Oh yeah, I do have a little bit of story. I don't know if I said this last week. But basically, we were supposed to have a session for one of my modules, basically helping us to like transition into third year. And the module, like the module leader, the module lecturer, there's only one lecturer on this module, decided to switch it over to tutorials, and it was 2 weeks of tutorials, which is weird because the session to transition to third year, help us transition to third year, and that was switched to tutorials, was on the day that the assignment was due, which was stupid because you're not going to get a lot of it changed. If you need a lot of it changed, you're not going to get changed by the deadline. Anyways, I emailed the lecturer being like, I'm mainly concerned with like when we're gonna be able to choose our optional modules, right? So I email this lecturer being like, hey, you know when we're gonna choose our optional modules? And she says, she basically says, I don't know, ask your program lead. And I'm just like, okay, fair. Maybe the program lead was supposed to help like teach this session on transitioning us to third year. So I email the module lead. I procrastinate emailing the program lead. And I'm just like, you know what, I'll just look it up. I'll just look up and see if it says anything on our uni's website about when we can generally, or like, if it says anything on like Reddit or this place called the Student Room, which is just Reddit but for students. Anyways, I look on there. There's nothing about when we choose optional modules. There's no one that has asked like, hey, I'm at this uni, when can we choose optional modules? There's nothing like that. And then I look up, oh, when do we choose optional modules for third year? Because I just assume it's the same for like every uni. And it comes up, the first post that comes up is from another uni, a totally different uni to mine. I don't remember which one it was. That's like, the deadline for applying for optional modules is Friday the 9th of May. So I'm just like slightly crashing out because at this point, when I was searching this up, it was like 7 p.m. on Friday. So anyways, I'm like stressing out because like we've had nothing. We have had absolutely zilch about when we can apply for our optional modules, and oh my god, we have had absolutely fucking nothing. We have no emails, no nothing. So I'm like stressing because we've had nothing. So I emailed my program lead being like, hey, optional modules when? And she gets back to me like on the Sunday. I need a drink of Vimto. But yeah, she gets back to me on the Sunday. And I'm switching over to the PNG YouTuber. This is stressing me out. And why the fuck is it like that? But yeah, so I email her on the Friday about asking about optional modules, and she gets back to me on the Sunday, and I was like, which is a bit surprising because I wasn't expecting her to email me back until Tuesday, because it's like they usually say at uni, they usually say at my uni at least, give your lecturers like 2 business days even, not 2 business days. Give them 2 business days for them to reply to your email, and if they don't reply within 2 business days, email them again. So I was expecting an email Tuesday at like the latest, but she emails me back Sunday, which is a bit surprising. Anyways, she's like, let me look up the email. She's like, what did she say? She says, hey, I think we're covering this module on Friday. So I'm like, okay, chill, like next Friday. And then it gets to next Friday, which was last Friday. And then I wake up at 7:30 when I really didn't need to be. And I'm just like, there's nothing on the website about this session. Like that, so I think at some point it says, oh, there's no scheduled session for this module and it hasn't been updated. So she's like, okay, it might have been last week, which it wasn't, but to be fair, that's what the module lead told her. She's just like, check with the module lead. And so I'm like, okay, I emailed the module lead. I haven't got a reply back yet. But she basically said we'll release you'll be able to choose your optional module soon, don't worry, which was like a bit of a stress reliever because like I was stressing about my module or my optional modules for third year stuff. It's like crazy. And she also sent me the like which optional modules are in which semester, which is fucking great. Because I have an idea of one of the modules I want to do in semester 1 and one of them I want to do in semester 2. I know for definite I want to do I definitely want to do the cyber psychology module, and another one as well in semester 1. I was just having a look at the other modules to see which one I want to do, because I think we have to do 2 optional modules in semester 1 and then 1 in semester 2, which is a bit confusing, but like it makes sense. So yes, yeah. So yeah. I still haven't gotten diamonds. Yeah, I still haven't gotten a reply of my module my module lead, when I asked about the session. I emailed her Friday, so she should I think I emailed her Friday. Yeah, so I should probably be getting an email by tomorrow. If I don't get an email tomorrow, then I'm just not gonna email her back. I'm just not gonna email again because I can't be fucked. To be honest, the semester is basically over. I'm not really gonna follow up on that email since I basically just got the answers I was really looking for off my program lead. So yeah, we're chill. So yeah, we're chill. Yeah. Yeah, and also one thing that I probably do need to ask my module lead is about, not module lead, program lead, is about work experience next year. But to be fair though, I just need an email for our lab tech, and then I can email her about doing work experience in one of our labs at my uni, because I really want to do it there. Otherwise I can just talk to my mum about doing it at where she works. I think I was talking about this literally last week. I am constantly just recycling topics about uni. Even when I'm not in uni, I'm just yapping about uni. And that is the life of a uni student, everybody. When you're not in uni, you're still thinking about uni. That is the whole uni life, everybody. The whole uni life. And there's a spider that I need to kill, and a zombie. But you're gonna kill it. Yeah, gonna die in one hit. Oh, I do need to put these away. Fuck off. There we go. Oh yeah. I don't know if I fully explained the story from work that I told on yesterday's stream with Sage. So I'm just gonna retell it here. So yesterday I was at work, right? And my assistant manager gets a call, right? Well, we get a call to the store, but my assistant manager picks it up, and this guy goes, "Hey, I bought a pair of underwear. I bought a pair of boxes from your store yesterday. So on Saturday, right? He bought them on Saturday, right?" And my assistant manager goes, "Right." And he goes, "And I've had a bit of an accident." And she's like, "Right." She's like a bit suspicious of this call at some point. And he's like, I don't know if I can say it on Twitch. So I'm just gonna play it safe. He's like, "When I woke up this morning, I accidentally broke the buttons of the boxes with something on accident." And she's like, "Right, okay. So if the boxes themselves didn't seem to be initially faulty, so there's nothing on our part that we can do." And then she just puts the phone down, because that is so fair. So yeah, I was just like very, very confused about that. so yeah, I was very, very confused about that. So yeah, speaking of work, one of my co-workers, who I really like, she's just a yapper, and I like really love being on shift with her. It was her second to last shift yesterday. Her last shift is this weekend, which is such a shame because my assistant manager had asked me to switch shifts because originally I was going to be working this weekend, but she asked me if I could work this yesterday instead of Saturday, this Saturday. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna work with her again, which is such a shame. So yeah. Yeah. Hello, Tom Ray. Thank you for the follow. Hello. Follow goal has reached. Hello. Woohoo! Thank you for the follow, Tom Bray. Hello. Welcome on in. How you doing? I could change the follow goal later. But hello, welcome on in. Yeah. So yeah. It has been so busy at work over the weekend. It's just been a bit crazy. It's been kind of crazy. Because I was working Saturday morning, right? And I thought, oh, it's not gonna be that busy, it's not gonna be too busy. Because it never usually is. Wait a minute, 2 minutes, let me see. A minute. Let me see my settings on Twitch. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was let me see. Let me see. Just a second. Just a second. Chat. Okay, what was I yapping about? It was so busy. It was just so busy. It was just so busy. Yeah, it was so busy at work. Like usually on like Saturday, usually on the weekends, Saturday mornings and shit, on the opening shifts, it's usually not that busy. And usually it gets like really busy for like an hour, after 11 usually it gets like kind of busy, and usually it's like busy for an hour, but then it usually calms down after that. But it was just busy the whole, like pretty much since we opened at 9 till I ended my shift. Cause I think, so basically, my manager had asked me to like unpack this like delivery, and I managed to get it done pretty much within like 30-40 minutes, right? So within that like first half an hour, before we opened, you know. And it was just crazy. Oh my god, it was just especially crazy. It was just especially crazy on Saturday. Just a second. Yeah, it was so crazy. It was just so busy, like pretty much all weekend, and it was especially busy. Especially, and it's really busy. Yeah, and my assistant manager. I was talking with my assistant manager and my coworker who was working yesterday, and I'm guessing my assistant manager like came in Saturday afternoon because she was talking about how busy it was on Saturday. But yeah, so she was saying, because I was doing a 8:30 till 12:30 on Saturday, right? I was doing the morning shift, so I didn't really know how busy it was in the afternoon, right? But I knew how busy it was on Sunday afternoon because I was doing a 1-5, and I was talking with my assistant manager. And she was saying that it was really busy on Saturday. That like to the point where like, it got like really dirty and we couldn't even really like catch up on cleaning, cause like the people who were working Saturday did a bit of cleaning or something, and then their shift ended, so they just left it for the people working on Sunday. And the thing is, I said this yesterday. I think I said this on yesterday's stream, but basically, what happened? I think I explained this, but my co-worker, she was scheduled to have an hour lunch break, and she could only really have, with how busy it was, she could only really have a half an hour lunch break. So she left half an hour early because she wasn't gonna get paid for that other half an hour, right? That other, half of the hour, the other half of her lunch break. So she left half an hour early, so it was only really me that was cleaning up. And it's like, that's completely fair, by the way, on her leaving, because like she's not getting paid for that half an hour. So yeah. So she left like right as we closed, and literally my assistant manager told her like, you might as well go because like you're not gonna get paid for this half an hour. So yeah, so I was the one that was cleaning up, and I slightly hated it because like I was the only one cleaning. And again, fair enough for her for leaving because she wasn't getting paid for that other half an hour. Because I think she did a like a 6.5 hour shift, but I think she was only really getting paid for like 5.5 of those hours because she had an hour lunch. So yeah. What was I gonna say? And it was so dirty. But the thing is, like, again, she she had every right to leave, because again she wasn't getting paid. But it was so dirty because it had been so busy, right? And so everyone like just like kind of tracked mud in. Think yeah. Why am I not wording today? But yeah, so my assistant manager just like sweep up and sweep up and she just basically said try and sweep and mop to like the best of your ability, and we'll just go from there. And I tried to sweep as quickly as possible so that I could then go and mop. But by the time I started sweeping up, when I finished sweeping up, I went to go put the thing back in the back and to start the mop bucket and to grab the mop. And while I was in the back, I went to check what time it was on my phone because I don't have any pockets in my uniform, and I don't take my watch with me to work because I keep forgetting. I think I've lost my charger to my like Apple Watch. It's not an Apple Watch, is it? I don't remember if it's an Apple Watch or not. But to like my electric watch. So I think it's here, but like my watch is at my mum's, so yeah. So I need to charge it really. Anyways, I don't take it to work, so I had no idea what time it was. I looked at the time and it was 10 to 5, and I was like, oh shit, I've gotta just try and mop up as quickly as I can. And the end starts in 5 minutes, by the way. And I was tempted to just chill out there in the staff room for 10 minutes and just not mop and just be like, and just lie and say, hey, I didn't manage to fucking get to mopping. I just tried to sweep as quickly as I could. But I was like, you know what? No, they have security cameras. It's really dirty on the shop floor, so I might as well mop up, right? And it was so dirty. In those 10 minutes, I only really managed to mop up like half of our women's section. So yeah. Which wasn't great, and even then I was like spot mopping, which at first I didn't even know that meant. When my assistant manager first started working here, she was just like, oh, just start spot mopping whenever I do closes with her. I don't really do too many closes with her anymore. I mostly do like midday or like morning shifts now. But yeah. When I first started working with her, I was doing a lot of closes on Sundays, and she was just say, "Oh, spot mop." I had no idea what that meant. That just basically means if just like clean like the dirtiest areas of the store. Like if there is like, don't just clean everywhere. Like, if there is like a visible dirt stain, like visible bit of dirt, clean that up. But if the floor looks fine, don't clean it, basically. Don't clean like that part of the floor that looks fine. Just clean the parts that are like visibly dirty. So yeah, I didn't know what she meant until like probably after like 2-3 months of working with her. So yeah, I need to drink. Jesus, I've just been yapping. Just yapping. Speaking of work, I was confused for a second there, because for a second I thought this end stone, I was looking at the map, I thought the end stone here was pale oak, and was like the pale oak one, and I thought the chorus was like brown bits, because usually when I load onto the server, I have a look on the, whenever I come here, I see that on, with the pale oak wood that's on here, part of it goes brown for some reason because of a glitch with the texture pack, and I have to reload it. And I thought for a second there, oh, have I not reloaded my texture pack? But no, I did. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Anyways, speaking of work. Okay. Rephrase. Me speaking of work has reminded me that there's a new Sticky Business DLC that's coming out, and the only reason I was reminded of it is because I was talking about work, and I get paid from work next Monday, and I'm pretty sure that the DLC is coming out next Monday, the same day that I get paid. So yeah. Let me check. Wait a second. Yeah, May 26th, the same day that I get paid from work. So yeah, that is like the first thing I'm gonna be buying with my paycheck, the Sticky Business DLC. And I think it's like $3.99 with a 10% discount. So like, that's like that's like a 39p discount. So $360? What's that into GBP? Wait. Did they say dollars? Did they say dollars? Did they say it was in dollars? Yes, $399 with a 10% discount, so $360. So USD, I'm assuming. So USD to Great British pounds. $1 US equals 75p, so 360 is £2.69. Well, why the fuck did I do that? Why the actual fuck did I do that? Sometimes I just make myself cringe. So yeah. If I say something that makes me cringe, if I say something that makes you guys cringe, it probably cringed me out as well. So yeah. New Sticky Business DLC is coming out soon. So I think for the time being, the Wednesday streams are going to be taken up by Sticky Business, because new DLC means new Steam achievements, and I was going to mess with all the stuff that's in the Sticky Business DLC. I think, off the top of my head, I can't bother checking Twitter again. I think it's based on the other game, because I know Skull Garden Games, the maker of Sticky Business, the makers of Sticky Business, Skull Garden Games, I think they have another game that I don't plan on playing this game, by the way, but I think it's like basically I think it's a witchy, like, gardening simulator kind of vibes. So yeah, it's like something along those lines, I think anyways. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think it's kind of a collaboration between those two games, I think. So yeah, so I will be playing Sticky Business, and you'll see the new stickers I make on my Instagram. So yeah, I have been kind of getting more into posting on my Instagram, by the way, because I think a few months ago I was like, I can't bother to post. Not necessarily I can't be bothered to post on Instagram, but more than just like, oh, I just keep forgetting to post on Instagram, because literally for like a solid while, my Instagram posts were just like stream stuff, and was just stream stuff. So clips and was just like clips and like posts saying, hey, I'm going live, and it wasn't really anything else. You know what I do need to do though? I have been posting those reels on my emotes, on my time lapses on my emotes. So yeah, and also, hello zombies. I bred my 2 sniffers, and now we have 3. Now we have 3 sniffers. Let me do this. I'm just gonna throw this in the water. Welcome back from the egg, by the way. But we have 3 sniffers, and they've all grown up. They're all grown up now. I think we have more. Yes, we have more torch flower seeds. I bred them just before our stream, so they should be able to be good again. Get away from my sniffers, you loser. Yeah, these 2 can be bred again. So now we can have another sniffer egg, which it would be in here, and I can place it down in the middle here, and that'll take like 20 minutes. I think it takes less time if you place it on moss, I think, but I can't be arsed getting any moss at the moment, so yeah. So yeah. Let me think. So after we do the Sticky Business DLC, I think I wanna play Cabernet. So yeah, I think that's a game. Cabernet is a game that is like high on my list to play, because I really enjoyed it when we played the demo. Because originally when I was thinking of playing Cabernet, because for a little bit of context, I had seen it on TikTok like a while ago, and I like kind of slightly followed the development of it, and I wasn't really sure that I wanted to play it. But then we played the demo, and I really actually enjoyed it. So yeah, I think I really want to play Cabernet. So I think we'll do that after. We do the Sticky Business DLC. Sticky Business is, number 1 priority, cause Sticky Business is one of the games that is like kind of ongoing, that is like kind of, it's just like I'll play it when there's a new DLC that I'll always be consistently playing Sticky Business. You know what I should do? I kind of want to do another. I kind of want to record another video of me playing through a few days of Sticky Business and just like packing up orders. I can't remember how the other video did, but I don't really care. I just want to do another video of it, because why not? I just want to do another no commentary. So yeah, I've been slacking on YouTube as of recently. Just a bit slacking on like actually posting shit. Not posting shit, but putting like longer videos into my drafts. The only longer videos I've been putting into my drafts recently have been my VODs. That's been it, and it's literally just I'll put in my drafts set out like the thumbnail, the like playlists, the like other shit I do, like the end cards and the other stuff, you know. And then I'll just immediately schedule it out. So yeah, I mean, I do have a few other, I do still have a lot of longer videos that are like scheduled out. I still have a lot of those. But it's not really too many. Luckily, we still do have at the end of next week, so next Saturday is the last day of is like the last day of May, and next Thursday stream is the last stream of May. So I think after that stream, or you know, on that Friday morning, I think what I'll do is I'll put together the May clip compilation and then schedule that out. That will be scheduled out at some point. I don't know. I don't remember. It'll be scheduled out for a Friday, and I don't remember what day my last scheduled video is for a Friday. I think it's the May clip compilation. So not the May, the April clip compilation, because I know that hasn't come out yet. So yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up what is my when would I expect to schedule out the May clip compilation. So let me have a look at my scheduled content. So yeah, I still have some other videos that I scheduled out until September, but my last Friday one, so let me have a see. My last Friday one is June 6th, I think. It's June 6th. What day is June 6th? Yeah, June 6th. And it's just me yapping about uni for like half an hour. So yeah, and then the best bits for April is coming out next Friday. So yeah, and then 2 weeks after the April 2025 clip compilation will be the May 2025 clip compilation. So yeah, what's going out this Friday? What date is this Friday? 23rd. So it's just me yapping about indie games. So yeah. I actually do need to take a bit of a break. I need to go use the bathroom. So I'm going to go AFK into my house and then leave you guys on my break screen for a little while, probably like 5 minutes. So yeah, it should be 5 minutes. I'll turn up the music for you guys. Yeah, 5 minutes. I have returned, chat. I know that was like a little longer than I'd hoped. I need to turn my music down. But yeah, hello, I am back, chat. Okay, let me go put these away. Let's close that door. Who the fuck has been in here? Probably me. Or one of the villagers, but whatever. Okay, let's go. Go. Okay. What was I yapping about before I went on my break screen? I don't remember. I don't actually remember. Oh yeah, I was yapping about YouTube, so I think I need to do some other content for YouTube. I think I'm going to be recording a lot more like no commentary stuff for YouTube, and then once I go back to uni, I think I'll be doing a lot more of just like splitting streams up into like for example, when I was streaming the Cube Escape collection, I split up into all the Cube Escape, less Cube Escape, whatever the fuck, you know, Cube Escape seasons, and then just putting those on their own separate season, not seasons, videos for YouTube, and I have those scheduled out, and yeah, I have those scheduled out. And thank you, Ali, for the lurk. Welcome on in. But yeah, I have those. I have a bunch of like longer string clips for YouTube, all scheduled out and shit. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Today's been a bit of a lazy day for me, not gonna lie. How are you doing, Ali? How are you doing? Yeah, today's been a bit of a lazy day to me, not gonna lie. I have not done all too much. But yeah, I do want to record some more no commentary stuff for YouTube. I already have done some stuff on the game How Fish is Made. I recorded both the up and down route plus the expansion. But yeah, I've done those. Put those into 3 separate videos, and those are gonna be posted eventually at some point. I think I might schedule those out on a Friday. So yeah, doing it all right beside my mean allergies. I'm guessing hay fever or something. But yeah, allergies are fucking shit, not gonna lie. Although I have hay fever, and I've been putting off taking antihistamines before I go to work, which is not great when at work we always have the doors open, because for context, I work in retail, and we do have automatic doors, but they don't always do the automatic opening and closing. They just either stay open or stay shut. So, like, which is weird, because like I'm pretty sure that like the Home Bargains that's in my work, they're the same type of automatic doors and they work, so I don't know why ours don't work the same way. But anyways, I mean, that reminds me actually, the doors at work have been acting up recently actually. Like a few weeks ago, I was on shift with my manager, and for some reason the doors just randomly closed. Now I assume, right, so there is a switch, like a little lever thing, like in the like side of the door that allows it to keep like open, and if you flip it then it'll just close. So I'm assuming that's like someone just like closed it. Someone just grabbed the lever and closed it. But the thing is, when my manager was just like, "Oh, just go and flip the lever." I was looking for this lever like all over the place. I could not see this fucking lever that you pull. Cause the thing is, I know what these levers should look like. So like, I was just like, where the fuck are they? And my manager was just like, oh, they're over there. They're over there. And I was just like, I am not seeing this fucking lever. And but somehow, just from me pulling open the doors and keeping them open for like a minute, they stayed open for the rest of my shift. Somehow. I don't know. Anyways, also, yesterday actually, so when we closed yesterday, my assistant manager was trying to, close the doors, and while she was trying to, like, pull the doors closed so that she could, you know, lock them. They just were like, nope, we're staying open. We're fucking staying open. And she was just like, what is going on? Because usually once you pull the lever, they stay closed unless you know, pry them open with your hands and then just flick the lever again, you know. Like they were just not staying closed, and she was just like, what the fuck is going on? We definitely need someone to look at the doors, cause yeah, every so often shit will go down. We need someone to look at every piece of tech that we have at my work, not gonna lie, cause the doors, they've been acted up recently, and ever since I started working at my job, and probably even longer than that, I'm gonna be so honest, the tills have just been like acting up, and like the printers have been acting up. Like every so often, one of the tills will like randomly like close the application that we need to like scan in items, and then like somehow it always happens to me somehow, and like at some points it'll just like randomly restart, and I'll just be like, okay, there is a massive line of people and you decided to do this now. And the thing is, it'll close the application, just the application, because usually we have like usually we have about 3 or 4 applications open at the same time. It'll just close that one application, and then like 5 seconds later it'll just be like, okay, woo, just shut down or restart. You know, I hate the toes at my work. And plus, like, they're kind of just using an outdated operating system. Anyways, they're using Windows 7, which is like, no one really uses that anymore. So, yeah. And unless you're like a computer science nerd who's like, hey, I'm gonna look into the specs of Windows 7 and hack into it and get some valuable data. You know, no one fucking uses Windows 7. You know, I'm on Windows 10, and at some point I'm gonna probably update to 11. Do I know how? No. Not gonna lie though, I remember when so I think it was, when did Windows 10 come out? I wanna have a look. When did Windows 10 come out? 2015. So I was 10. Yeah, I was 10 when it came out, and I think I clung onto Windows 7 for like another like year until my dad just updated it, or like my dad was just like, you need to update your Windows, and I was just like, okay, and my Windows updated. Has it really been 10 years since Windows 10 came out? Jesus. Was I really 10 when Windows 10 came out? Jeez. I'm contemplating my own age here. Jesus Christ. Jesus. And it feels weird. I'm at a time in my life where age just feels weird. Cause like next year it would have been 10 years since I left primary school, and next year I'm graduating from uni. And it's just like, sometimes I just don't want to grow older, you know. I just want to be in education forever, where I get like the summers off and I get to stream 4 times a week, you know. But like that's only gonna be a thing for like another like year or 2. Jesus. Okay, let's just ignore me contemplating about my own age here and me being able to legally drink in the US next year. I mean, I'm not going to the US because the thing is, I would obviously have to fly like 10 hours, right, from where I live, from well, the nearest airport, from where I live to the US, right? And the thing is, I've only really been on like 2-hour flights before, because like the furthest I've ever been is like, I was gonna say the furthest I've ever been is the Netherlands, but like I didn't go on a plane there. We drove in a coach there because we went from where I live through the Eurotunnel to France, and then went from France to the Netherlands, right? And then I think then I've also been to Switzerland, and I think we did the same thing then. We went through the Eurotunnel through France to Switzerland, and then we came back around to Disneyland Paris. That was like 6 years ago, so I don't fully remember. And then, so the furthest I've ever been on a plane is the Canary Islands, I think. Where are the Canary Islands on a map? I'm gonna look up a map to see where the Canary Islands are, because I think the furthest I've ever been is the Canary Islands. My brain cannot picture. My brain cannot picture what the. Let's look at this map. Fuck. Okay. Why is that? Okay, that. Why is it just being weird? Do you want to zoom into this map? Where are the Canary Islands? My brain cannot picture. First of all, I'm gonna go sleep first. My brain cannot picture where the Canary Islands are on the map, but furthest I've ever been, either Spain or the Canary Islands, right? So, and that's like max. That's like what, a 2-hour flight? And so, fuck, sick. Fuck, fuck's sake. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fucking scared myself then. Sleep. Hurry up, go for the night. There's zombie. Wait. Ah! I'm okay. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, let's put this conversation on hold. And where was that creeper? There was a creeper literally right here that I need to kill. There it is. That I literally need to kill. Otherwise, I would be stressing about it and hoping that I don't blow up. There we go. The skeleton. Die. There we go. Okay. It's gonna bug me that I don't know where the Canary Islands are on a map, and I've literally been there like multiple times. Canary Islands. Wait a minute, I can just look on Google Earth. What the fuck? Why am I not going on Google Earth? That's a thing. I was just looking up random maps on Google, not actually going on Google Earth. Yeah, I don't care. I just want to go on the Google Earth. Canary Islands. Canary Islands, Spain. That is there, which is Oh wait, that's below. So that is... Okay, that is near Morocco. Okay. Which is right down... That's like below us. The Canary Islands are like below us, I think. Is it the Canary Islands I've been to? I think I've been to the Canary Islands. Yeah, I've been to the Canary Islands, yeah, because I've been to Tenerife. Yeah, those are below us. Yeah. So the furthest I've ever been, really, is the Canary Islands. So I think, yeah, and then Spain is also below us. But yeah, the furthest I've ever been is the Canary Islands. That's like a 2-ish. That's like a just over 2-hour flight-ish from where I live. And so like back into what we were talking about, from going from a 2.5-hour flight, and I haven't not been on a flight in like years, to a 10-hour flight is slightly terrifying for me, cause like even though I'm not like scared of flying, it's like I'm a bit like still a bit nervous on flights, because it's like once like, cause like the taking off, like I'm a bit like I'm a bit stressed when we're taking off. I think it's just that like I'm always expecting my ears to pop, so it's like that like after, so it's like stressing about my ears popping, you know, and then after that I'm still a bit like wary, I guess. Like I do not like I cannot sleep on a flight for the life of me, and going 10 hours on a flight would do me no good. So yeah, I don't even know how we got into the topic of me going on a 10-hour flight to America, but yeah. I mean, if there was like a similar thing of the Eurotunnel, but instead of it being to France from here, it would be to America, then I would gladly take that tunnel, you know. So yeah. But sadly there is not, and I don't think there could ever possibly be. So yeah, I don't think there ever could possibly be a kind of similar version of the Eurotunnel, but between the UK and America. But yeah, I mean, this is not me saying I would never get on a 10-hour flight to America, but this is just like, yeah, I'm not really the best with flying, so yeah, flying kind of stresses me out. Yeah, I don't understand how people can sleep on flights. You guys who sleep on flights are like a whole different breed. I mean, this may just be like, oh, it's a 2-hour flight, and I could probably not sleep for 2 hours, for just 2 hours, and maybe I could sleep for like a 10-hour flight, but still, flying does stress me out a little. So yeah. Saying this though, I am going on a flight later this year because I'm going on a holiday, but I'm going to fucking France. France is my neighbour across the sea. Across the fucking whatever the fuck it's called, I don't remember. We literally share Eurotunnel with France. That is like barely 2 hours away. I'll be fine. I will be fine. 2-hour fucking neighbour. So yeah, but on a 10-hour flight, That seems a bit crazy for now. I don't know, you know what's weird? I think Twitch has been unfollowing people from me. Because literally, when I was streaming yesterday, like, I'm pretty sure Twitch unfollowed Addy from me. And then I think they unfollowed Tomboy from me. So, yeah. Just weird. I think Twitch is being weird. I'm gonna tweet that out right now, actually, that I think Twitch is being weird, and to check if you're still following me. Just give me a second. Yeah, Twitch is weird. It always seems to have like one problem or another, so yeah. My brain is not braining right now. Whenever I'm like typing or some shit, I just cannot type and then ramble on at the same time, cause I remember that from fucking memory shit that we've done in my psychology course. That's because it uses the same, according to the multi-store memory model. Is it multi-store? I always get the two main memory store things like mixed up. No, it is not the multi-store memory model. That is the wrong one. Which one is it then? Which one is it then? We've got multi-store memory model, and then we've got, what's the other one? Working memory model. Because in the working memory model, there's a thing called, there's a central executive phonological loop. There's the visual spatial sketchpad. And there's the other one. Executive buffer. And the phonological loop is the one that deals with sounds and shit. And language, I think. Not gonna lie. I was gonna say I slightly don't understand it, but I think I slightly don't understand it when it comes in referencing it to, like, applying it to people who don't have like an internal like voice in their heads. Because it makes sense when you're thinking about me. I have an internal voice in my head, so it makes sense that like spoken language and then like the language in my brain cannot occur at the same time, because otherwise the phonological loop would just be like running overtime. But with people who don't have that same thing, don't have that same internal voice in their heads, would that work? Would that still work the same? Or would when you're typing in shit, would the visual sketchpad work more? This is just me ranting, by the way. Basically, the phonological loop deals with more of encoding shit you hear and stuff like that, so noises. So think of like, when you speak, the language you hear, stuff like that. the phonological loop. And then the visual spatial sketchpad, that deals with stuff that's, you know, coming in through your eyes and shit you see. So yeah, that's the basis of what I remember off the top of my head of what they do. Fuck you. And fuck you, skeleton. But yeah, with people who don't have that internal like voice in their head, would the visual spatial sketchpad be more in play when like typing, and like the phonological loop be more like in play when like verbalizing? Someone should really do research on like the brain like differences between people who have that like internal monologue versus people who don't. I'm gonna Google Scholar it right now to see if there is any research. Google Scholar. Brain differences in people with an internal monologue versus people who don't. Oh, there are some actually. There are some. Brain's Conversation with Itself, Neural Substrates of Dialogic Inner Speech by Alderson in 2016. Inner Speech Phenomenology, Role in Cognitive Performance, Relation to Self-Monitoring, kind of related. Paron Bertolotti, 2014. There's a ton of research on the inner monologue. Alderson has come up again, I think. Yeah, there's quite a bit of research actually. Interesting. Yeah, that is super interesting though. Yeah, but I'm not gonna read the research like right now, but I really wonder like how the internal monologue shit actually like kind of works. And I didn't really see any. I only really scoured the first page of Google Scholar, but I didn't see anything that related. Well, I literally just looked at the titles and like the vague little description that Google Scholar gives, but like I didn't really see anything that talked about the working memory model. So yeah, yeah, it would be super interesting to see, like, but then again, I don't know. Wait a minute. Can I search it up? Google Scholar. Let's go back to Google Scholar. Monologue working memory. I'm looking it up. From storage to manipulation, how the neural correlates of verbal working memory reflects varying demands on inner speech, cognitive architecture, and inner speech. That was only published 5 years ago in 2020. Inner speech, active part of working memory, phonological loop, inactive in dementia. I'm looking at that abstract right now to see. This paper examines the role of inner speech in storage and retrieval of working memory phonological loop by conducting maintenance rehearsal tests on 18 elderly patients in 2 groups, a healthy group and a group with dementia. A Mann-Whitney U-test was used to analyze the data. Through a comparison of the rehearsal manner of the 2 groups, it was concluded that the pattern of normal rehearsal of the healthy group was different from the pattern of patients suffering from dementia. Also, the activity of working memory phonological loop and the healthy group was different from the lack of activity of working memory phonological loop in patients. That is, that subjects with dementia cannot use inner speech in the form of subvocal repetition was explained by applying the Badley and Hitch model of memory. Ooh, okay, so there seems to be like a difference in memory. Difference in memory if you don't have that in a monologue compared to like if you do. Again, that is a paper from 2011. I have not looked at all the research, but still, I know it's literally only the abstract. But like, still, that is pretty interesting, yeah. That would actually be really interesting to look into. If I didn't really have my heart set on what I want to do for my dissertation, I would so do it on something like that. I think my brain just really enjoys linguistics. Just really enjoys kind of language in a way, like psycholinguistics. Like, I kind of want to do something related to psycholinguistics for my dissertation, like related to cyberpsych and psycholinguistics. And yeah, I find all this shit super interesting. So yeah. Psycholinguistics is kind of cool, and I mean, that was kind of like more memory kind of research and psycholinguistics in a way, because I mean, it didn't really talk about the production of speech and like how we develop language and shit, but kind of like just generally like speech and like language and like shit like that, shit related to psycholinguistics in a way. Kind of like we just talked about, you know, in a monologue and shit, and like the working memory model and shit really interests me. As well as cyberpsych, but like, yeah, I really enjoy like the psycholinguistics of stuff. So yeah, I have a lecturer at my uni who kind of specializes in psycholinguistics, so I could ask her like a bunch of stuff on psycholinguistics. So I'll just like ramble with her about psycholinguistic stuff and just ramble on about random shit, you know. So yeah. And it's gonna take ages to get down to level 64, cause we're already like what, almost 2 hours into stream, and we're on level minus 47. I mean, I'm gonna take a guess and say that it is possible for the stream, but first we need to repair my dear old netherite pickaxe. It only has Unbreaking 2. Jesus. I want some redstone. Do not have any redstone in? I don't know. I'm gonna see actually if I have another Unbreaking 2 book in my house, so it doesn't break as easily. Let me see. I think I do have some Unbreaking books in my little library down here, but I have something in my eye, Jesus. But I don't remember which. I don't remember whether they were like Unbreaking 2. And I have Unbreaking 3 on my sword, 3 on my bow, 3 on my axe, 3 on my shovel, and 3 on my hoe. And so my pickaxe is really the only tool that like doesn't have Unbreaking 3 on. And the ad starts in less than 5 minutes, by the way. Oh, Unbreaking, I have I have one Unbreaking book, and that is Unbreaking 3. I will take it. I will take it. I will take it. Okay, let's go. Let's go back up to my anvil. 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 How the fuck do you say anvil? It feels like I'm just saying it 20 different ways. Yeah, anvil. Too fucking expensive! I'm fucking offended. What the fuck? What the fuck? No, I want Unbreaking 3 on my pickaxe. Boo! 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 I wish there was not a cap on how many levels you can use to like repair your ship. Like, come on, Minecraft. What the fuck is that? Like, come on. I just want to add Unbreaking 3 onto my pickaxe. Because I only have Unbreaking 2. For fuck's sake, man. Jesus fucking Christ. This is fucking rigged. Rigged. Rigged, I tell you. Rigged. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Okay. I guess it's back up to the mob spawner. Guess we've got to go back up to the mob spawner. Let's go. It is this way? Yes, it is this way. I'm pretty sure. Let's go, go, go. I still need to extend that down with the more stone. I just need to resmelt it all because I only have regular stone. And fuck's sake, I accidentally pressed F3 and 4 instead of just F4. And come on, skeletons, get down here. Come on, skeletons. Come on, skellies. Come on, skellies and creepers and spiders. Hello, creeper. Hello, creepers. Hello, hello. Hello, skeleton and creepers. Hello, hello. Just need to repair this pickaxe. So yeah. Okay. What should we ramble on about next? Because we just rambled on about psychology shit. I don't know. The thing is, I went so many years of only streaming, like, for, like, an hour or two. Like, exactly after finishing, like, exactly after an hour. Like, now that I'm streaming for, like, a bit longer, like, for 2.5 hours-ish. Like, 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2.5 hours, like, just after the... Like, I try not to finish. I think now I'm trying to, like, actively not finish after the ad finishes. Because I don't want to be like, hey, thank you for giving me 10 cents. I'm gonna end stream now. It's probably less than 10 cents that I get ad, but still. To be fair, I have made a decent amount of ads, and like I was literally talking about like how much I've made off of ads yesterday on stream with Sage. I think I've made about $9 off of ads in the past year. So think how many times I've streamed since March 20th of 2024. Like, you know, we did Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Sunday streams last summer for like 2-3 hours each. So that's like what, how many? 4 sets of ads? 3 or 4 sets of ads per stream. And that's like 4 days a week for the whole summer for like 3 months. And then for about 6 months for the school year, we did twice a week And then now we're doing 4 times a week now. It's just crazy amount of ads, but that must have gotten put in. And plus, like, each ad, like, ads only usually like 30 seconds, so that's a lot of ads. If any of you guys can calculate how many ads I would have had, and plus I think for the first few months of being an affiliate, I only did a minute every hour, and then I also had pre-rolls. But then I found out, like, oh, a lot of people actually don't like pre-rolls. A lot of people hate pre-rolls instead of myself. And I found out, oh, a lot of people use 3 minutes on top of the hour. And I think I said something, being like, I'm thinking of changing my ads from 1 minute to 3 to get rid of pre's. And I think moving from like 1 minute to 3 and getting rid of pre-rolls, I think some streamers have like a lot of streamers have like mixed opinions on it, cause like I know like a lot of people just use 3 minutes to get rid of the ads for like an hour, so people don't have to watch them. And I think the only reason that I use like 3 minutes is because, like, whenever I'm watching Twitch streams for a long time, they also offer, like, a lot of times the like stream delay gets like a lot longer, and the only way to like combat this is to refresh the stream. And so like if that's what happens to someone else, I don't want them to get like hit with another ad. So yeah, I want them to get like hit with another ad once they refresh, because, you know, pre-rolls. So yeah, I often have ads at like set times, you know. So yeah. Why did I start talking about ads again? Because the ad is starting soon. Yeah. Oh yeah, we started because started talking about ads because of my stream schedule, and then we started talking about my stream schedule because we were talking about ads. So yeah, and then how I don't like how now I'm streaming. Oh yeah, we was talking about how because I'm streaming longer, how I'm usually streaming about for 3.5 hours ish. Like not 3.5 hours, 2.5 hours, like 2 hours 15, 2.5 hours. That's good enough for my thingy, for my pickaxe for now. But like what was I gonna say? But yeah, I don't like just ending stream immediately after the ad anymore. Sometimes it's just like, oh, I literally only have the energy to stream for like 2 hours to like at some point I just like immediately get hit with like a wave of just like, welcome back to the ad, by the way. But yeah, at some point during the stream I just immediately get hit with like a wave of like, I can't be arsed, I'm too tired to do this shit. So I just end the stream right after the ads. But like usually I don't like ending the stream after the ads, because it just feels like I'm being a dick, because I'm just like, oh, thanks for watching for the ad, thanks for the money, bye, you know. So yeah, I'm just gonna dig down this way to see how much we have left to go. No diamonds. But yeah, we're talking about this because often in that last like 15 to like 30 minutes I don't have bedrock, okay, and yeah, often I don't have like too much to ramble on about. So yeah, we can clean this like bedrocky bit up like another time. I just wanna more diamonds. I just wanna try and get this whole chunk like completely done. So yeah, I just wanna get this whole chunk like done pretty much. So yeah. Let me think of what to rant about. What am I gonna do tomorrow? I think tomorrow what I'm gonna do is work on the Orphan Black script because I keep putting off working on it, okay? Because the thing is, with my second channel, right? I don't really have a set schedule on like when I'm gonna post like long videos. Like with shorts, it's like, oh, I'll post them every day. But literally my shorts are like re-uploaded TikToks. So it's like not really like, what's the word? Doesn't really require like a lot of additional effort to like upload shorts. And like my shorts on my main channel are also just re-uploaded TikToks. Those are just like the clips from my Twitch streams. And then the second channel is just like edits I make. But like with my main channel, right, with my gaming channel, right, I have a set schedule for like a lot of things, you know. I schedule out ChaosCraft videos on Mondays, you know. I schedule out some long clips on Thursdays, you know. I schedule out Sunday streams, the Sunday stream VODs on Tuesdays. I schedule out the stream VODs for 2 days after I stream them. So it's like I have schedules for the main channel and I keep up with them, you know. It like our schedule keeps me motivated. But I feel like with the second channel, because it's like a lot more like kind of like, I want my second channel to be like a lot more polished, you know, a lot more like of the edited content, you know. The shorts, those are like re-uploaded TikToks, which are, you know, fan edits, you know. So it's like I'll, you know, and it takes me like half an hour to edit, like on average it takes me half an hour to edit one TikTok. With the clips it takes me like probably like 2 seconds, like a minute. It takes me like a minute or two to edit the captions on those. But with like the fan edits it takes me like half an hour. So yeah. But then with the longer videos, it obviously will take me like a lot longer to edit, and it also takes me a lot longer to, you know, film as well. So it's like, yeah. So I'm just like slightly, not necessarily like not motivated, but like I'm very like, I'm just gonna put off like finishing off the script because it's like I can just say, oh, I'm still in the script writing phase, I'm still doing the script writing, and just like, yeah, and just like yeah, you know, I can just like put it off and not fucking do it. When do I really want to do it? Yeah, but also I'm a big fucking procrastinator, so yeah. The thing is, I really want to do the Orphan Black video. I think it's just like procrastinating doing the summary sections. So yeah. I'll get around to it eventually. It's just, yeah. With the second channel, I don't really have a set schedule for my like longer video essays or my longer videos. So yeah, it's just like I put it off for as long as possible. As long as I get out a video like every so often I'll be fine. So yeah, I don't know how people can like do video essays on a regular basis. So yeah. Do I enjoy doing video essays? Yes. Would I enjoy them if I did them on a very consistent, regular basis? If I did them like weekly or even monthly? Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm gonna be so fucking honest. Video essays, they take a lot of like brain power and stuff. Like quite a bit of scripting and shit. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know how people do it on a regular basis. With like gaming videos, it's a little bit different because it's like, because sometimes I just don't want my face on camera. Sometimes I just can't be bothered putting on my face cam. But like, whenever I'm streaming, it's like, with gaming videos, like I don't have to put my face in it, you know? I can just have like, it can just be no commentary, you know? I can just, or if I'm streaming, I can just put my PNG tuber and it'll be fine. With the video essays, it's like, yeah, I could use my PNG tuber, and like sometimes like my PNG tuber could, you know, be like good for like the Ninjago videos, like, you know, the Lego videos, you know. But for videos like Orphan Black, like not really, because, you know, I don't think a Lego PNG tuber would really fit a video essay in which I talk about clones and the fact that they're being, you know, murdered and like they're dying of a disease that like is being cured for this biological shit, you know, and that the fact that like their DNA is like owned by, I don't even remember who owned the DNA. So yeah. But yeah, so what was I getting at with that? So, yeah, and sometimes my brain just does not brain at all. So yeah, sometimes my brain just does not brain at all. So yeah. But hopefully I'm gonna probably try and do I'm gonna try and at least summarize. I'm probably gonna try and do 2 sections of my video, of my Orphan Black video script tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do the summary of the original series, and then I'm gonna ramble on about like the audio series for a little bit. That's the rambling about the audio series. It's gonna be much, and like the game and stuff is just gonna be a little bit of a shorter section because it's like I haven't finished listening to the audio series yet. And also I don't know much about the game because the thing is, I became a fan in 2021, and by that point I think the game had I think at that point the game had like already like shut down, so I never got a chance to like actually play it. So yeah, I think in that section I'll just mention like, oh yeah, there was a game for Orphan Black. I never got to play it, but yeah, I never got to play it, but here's the plot. So yeah, and then at some point, at another point, I'm gonna work on summarizing Orphan Black Echoes. To be fair, that's 1 season, so I could easily do that. So yeah, I could probably summarize Orphan Black Echoes. I have another section as well where I could do it, where I could ramble on about how I prefer the original Orphan Black to Echoes. And I don't want to really rewatch the series. I have a general like the summaries. This video is not going to be very long, but like the summaries for Orphan Black and Orphan Black Echoes are not going to be very long by any means. So yeah, it's going to be like, oh, Orphan Black was I'm obviously gonna be like consulting like the fan wiki on like Orphan Black and like other like sources and shit to like fully summarize it. But I'll just be like, oh yeah, Orphan Black was a series about clones, and it starts off with Sarah meeting Beth on a train station, and then she eventually meets Allison and Cosima, and eventually she meets quite a few of the other clones as well, like Helena and Crystal, and Tony comes into the picture for like 1 or 2 episodes for a brief moment. So yeah, I think I'll just mention like a few of the more prominent I'll mention like the more prominent clones. So Allison, Sarah, Beth, Helena, and then I'll mention like, oh, there's a few other clones that like make an appearance and like but don't have any plot relevance. Like Tony, I don't really have much of a plot relevance like Tony. Or have somewhat of a plot relevance but are not in the series for very long. Like Crystal. I don't remember Crystal's role in the series, I'm not gonna be so fucking honest. But like she did show up for a brief moment and then was never mentioned again. But yeah, there's our main clones. We have Sarah, Allison, Helena, Cosima, and then Rachel later on. And then I swear in the end scene, in the last scene at Allison's house, there was 5 clones. Maybe I'm just misremembering, cause I remember that Helena refers to all the clones as like her sestras, and she also refers to Felix as her sestra. So maybe that's where I'm getting like confused in a sense. But I swear there was 5 clones. Helena, there was Sarah, Helena, Allison, Cosima. I'm looking this up. Thank you for the hydrate, Ali. Thank you. I've only got a tiny little bit of my drink left, so I'm gonna save that tiny little bit. But thank you for the hydrate, Ali. Orphan Black and C. Like I swear at Allison's house there was 5 clones, not 4. Huh. This is where I'm getting confused. Oh, in the final shot at Allison's house, there was 5 people, but it was Sarah, Helena, Cosima, Allison, and Felix. And Felix is not a clone. That's why I got confused, because it was 5 people but just 4 clones. That's why I got confused. Okay, that's why I got confused, because it was 4 clones but 5 people. So yeah, I need to rewatch Orphan Black again. Oh my god, I love that series. But not yet. I can't bother rewatching it just yet. Oh no. Orphan Black. Oh, the Orphan Black did just come on to UK Netflix again. So yeah. So yeah, I do need to rewatch it at some point because I love it. I mean, it's gonna be like my 3rd watching of Orphan Black, because I first initially watched it in like 2022-ish. No, I first watched it in 2021. And then I rewatched it last year, and I had to watch it on ITVX because for some reason they took it off Netflix. But now they put it back on UK Netflix. And now I get to rewatch it on Netflix. I love Orphan Black so much. I should probably also rewatch Orphan Black Echoes, but I'm not as invested in Orphan Black Echoes as I am in the original series. I think I ranted about this sometime last week, so I'm not gonna rant about it again. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like I'm gonna end up ranting about this again. I just can't leave this alone. But I feel like Arthur Black Echoes, basically, it did not feel like an Arthur Black property. It just felt like sci-fi, I guess. Like, it just felt like sci-fi cloning instead of like kind of the slightly realistic kind of way that Arthur Black did it. I mean, granted, human cloning, not a thing. We don't know if it is. I don't know if it is possible to do it. I don't know if it'll be possible in the future. But like the kind of, I guess, I don't know how to fully explain it, but like the original Arthur Black kind of felt like sci-fi that took place in just an alternate 2010s, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Like, it felt like it just took place in like an alternate 2000s rather than being completely separate from our reality, you know? I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, I'll have to compound my thoughts on why I prefer the original over Echoes into the actual Arthur Black video that I'm doing. So yeah, because my brain is currently almost 11 p.m. My brain is not fully braining right now. I'm gonna be so fucking honest. And I don't really want to rehash over the points that I made. I think it was last Monday that I last ranted about Arthur Black. Yeah, I think it was last Monday that I last ranted about Arthur Black. So yeah, go watch that VOD. It was the VOD with the date 12.5.2025. So wait, did I stream last Monday? I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. Yeah, I did, yeah. So yeah, because I streamed last Thursday as well. I streamed Sims on Thursday. So yeah, I would have streamed Monday as well. So yeah. So yeah. And we're actually almost done with this chunk. Crazy, I know. And you can't even see the top. You cannot even see the top. You can still see the vines, but those are just green. That's just green. And like the granite is just red, and like you can barely tell that's like you can barely tell the difference between like the andesite and the stone and like the gravel. It's just all grey. This is what happens when you're so far down. So yeah, I do have a script kind of pretty much done. Pretty much done for another video I'm working on as well, so I should probably re-record that video as well at some point. But I want to publish the Arthur Black video first, cause the other video I'm working on is kind of okay, how streaming has affected my education video, and I kind of wanna publish that one once I have finished with uni, or like sometime when I'm almost finished with uni. I don't know why. I think it's that I want to do it once I like once I get confirmation, or like once I have like more of a firm grasp on what I can do for my dissertation. Cause it might come to a point where I talk to my dissertation supervisor and be like, hey, this is what I want to do, and they'll be like, oh, you can't actually, this doesn't seem realistic for a dissertation that's gonna span over like a full academic year, which is like 9 months. Not 9 months, 6 months. Well, so wait a minute. September to December, September, October, November, December, and then January, February, March, April, May. So yeah, like 9 months. So yeah, if they say this is unrealistic for a dissertation, this is unrealistic to do in 9 months, but you could do this instead, then I may have to rewrite part of the script. So yeah, I'm gonna, do I need to record it? Probably, but I think I might record it in September when no, October probably, when I can get like ethics and stuff and shit like all approved for my dissertation, because for some reason we can only submit ethics for our dissertation on one day a month. We can only submit it on the 10th of every month, which is stupid. And hopefully the dissertation supervisor I get is actually a decent supervisor, because I know so basically for our dissertation supervisors, right, this is basically just a lecturer that will like help you sort out your dissertation. How about dissertation is just a research project for 3rd year, and they will kind of guide you through it. Jesus Christ. But they'll help you guide you through it. And basically, I've heard some horror stories of basically some people like having shit dissertation supervisors, because like I've heard that like some supervisors just won't like submit people's ethics, because you have to like give your ethics like proposal to your dissertation supervisor, and they have to then give it to the ethics person. Luckily I know who the ethics person is, and it's literally my second choice for my dissertation for my supervisor. So if I get her, then I've heard that she is pretty great as a supervisor. I'm not gonna say dissertation supervisor the whole time because I talk really fast. But yeah, I've heard she's really good. But I don't know about my first choice, and I'm a bit scared because like I've heard not specifically about my first choice, but just in general about people having horror stories with their supervisor. And like I've heard, I'm friends with someone who's like in their 3rd year, because she's a January starter, so her school year is literally, she starts in January and then finishes in May for summer break, and then continues that academic year in September. Instead of going September to, she'll have her semester 1 January to May, and then semester 2 September to December, instead of the usual semester 1 September to December and semester 2 January to May. For some reason she's still graduating in June. Well, it'll be next June. She's still graduating with us September starters for some reason, instead of graduating like in like January or February. I don't know. Maybe our uni is just too skinny to put on 2 graduations. I don't know. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, she's basically this person I know in 3rd year. I think she's told me about how someone she knows, like, basically this was back like a few months ago, so she's already started third year, and she had already started third year by then. She started third year back in January, and basically, I think she knew someone who started in September, so they were in semester 2 of their dissertation, and I think she said that their supervisor still hadn't applied for ethics, despite the fact that like despite the fact that they still had they only had probably a month till their dissertation was due. And the thing is, until your ethics have been submitted, you can't do shit. Ethics is the first thing you need to submit, and you really cannot do shit. And you can't start interviewing people. You can't start you cannot start writing up your dissertation or anything without first submitting your ethics, because it then becomes I don't know if it's technically a legal nightmare, but it just becomes a nightmare to deal with if you start before you submit your ethics. It's just a fucking nightmare. It is just an actual. It'll be a nightmare to deal with if you start before you get your ethics due. Before you get your ethics submitted and accepted. So yeah, I really hope that person got their dissertation submitted on time, or at the very least got extenuating circumstances. Again, and hopefully, if I get my first choice for my supervisor, hopefully he won't drag out ethics. I know, yeah, the reason that person, I don't think I explicitly said it, but the reason that person hadn't gotten it submitted was because of their supervisor. They'd done everything they could on their part. They just had to have their supervisor check over it, and they were, I don't know who their supervisor was, but they were just dragging their heels basically. Luckily it hopefully if my hopefully if I get my first choice, he will be pretty good as a dissertation supervisor and won't drag his fucking feet, and will actually help me with ethics and shit, and will actually submit it. Luckily if he doesn't, then if he does drag his feet and it's just yeah, I'll do it next week. Hopefully luckily I do know who the ethics person is, so hopefully I can just say to her hey, the supervisor isn't doing his job, can I ask you to look over my ethics? So yeah, and if she can't for whatever reason, then hopefully I can have her then hopefully I can then have records of me trying to have my ethics sorted out, and then can apply for extenuating circumstances. So yeah, and or be transferred to another dissertation supervisor. But hopefully that doesn't happen, and hopefully my dissertation supervisor, whoever I could get, will actually do their job basically. So yeah. Next year is gonna be slightly stressful, but from what I've heard, second year is the hardest year, and I've just completed second year of uni, so yeah, hopefully, I'm not saying that I hope the third year will be easier. I mean, I hope it will be easier, but I hope that I can like deal with the workload of third year, because with second year, yeah, I could do the work on time. But the thing is, I found semester 1 to be like extremely hard. I think it was just cause the shit we were doing in biopsych was just like slightly going over my head. Luckily I did pass the exam. I did do well in the biopsych exam. But like, what was I gonna say? But like, I remember some bits from the biopsych module, but like, it was just going over my head a little bit, and I was just like, how the fuck am I gonna pass this? Like, I literally forgot like part of one of the things we needed to write about, and I was just slightly stressing that I was gonna fail the exam, which has not really happened to me before and hasn't happened since. Because semester two of second year, at least in my experience, is a little bit easier. It's like easier than semester 1 of second year, in my experience at least. And also as a psychology student, I don't know about any other courses, and at least at my uni, because I know at different unis, you have different modules and shit, you know, and different ways of being examined, and you know, at different unis, you know, psychology is a Bachelor of Arts, but at like, my uni included, at other unis it's a Bachelor of Science, which is like, why? I don't know. So yeah. What was I yapping about? But yeah, at least in my experience, biopsych was hard as shit. I enjoyed cognitive psychology, actually. I found that with the cognitive psychology stuff, it was like concepts that I was already somewhat like familiar with, and like it was concepts that I could like pretty easily grasp. But then with the biopsych stuff, it was like I understood like the very basics of it, but then I had to like do a lot more work to understand like the whole of it, the whole view of the topics for biopsych. But then with cognitive psychology, it was like a lot easier to like grasp. So yeah, which is funny because like last year I really enjoyed the biopsych stuff. For first year, I enjoyed the biopsych stuff much more than the cognitive psych stuff. But I think this year I enjoyed the cognitive psych stuff much more than the biopsych stuff. Which makes a lot of sense earlier, seeing as though earlier we were just yapping about internal monologues and shit, you know, and if there was like brain differences between between people who had an internal monologue and people who didn't. I'm taking those diamonds. It was so funny, but we were mainly talking about I was mainly yapping about the internal monologues and shit. So yeah. I love having a little like yap about psychology. I really love psychology. Oh yeah. This reminds me, actually. So yesterday, my coworker asked me, "Hey, can you psychologically, like," she said something along the lines of like, "Can you psychologically profile me?" And I just stood there like, "Can you?" And I was just like, "I don't know." And she was just like, "Can you tell me anything about what you picked up about me?" And I was just like, "I don't know." And she was just like, what the fuck? I thought I was gonna get a psychology fact off Poppy, and I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't remember. Everything that goes into my head soon comes out after I've done assignments and shit and exams. And also, we haven't done that much on, like, she's just like, I thought I was gonna get, can you not tell me anything about, like, body language and shit? And I was just like, no, we haven't told, we have not really been told about body language and shit like that. And she was just like, fair enough. And now she's like, well, we did just do a personality and development module, but that just went out of my fucking head. Plus, I would probably need more information about her, you know, childhood and shit to understand her development. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, if you just asked me, hey, just give me a psychology fact, I could probably rant about something. I think at the moment, if you asked me that, I would probably go on a rant about psychopathy. Because from what I understand about psychopathy, and how people treat it like it's an actual, I feel like a lot of people treat it like it's an actual diagnosis. And from what I've looked up and like from what I've like learned in psychology, again, you can prove me wrong, but like from what I've learned, psychopathy is not an actual diagnosis in the DSM or the ICD-10, the ICD being like, well, ICD-11, but the ICD is like England's diagnostic manual. But like psychopathy is, from what I remember, psychopathy is not in either of those as an actual diagnosis. It's, from what I remember, it's a personality trait that could like indicate something, sure, but like it's not a thing. It's not like the be all and end all in a sense of like who a person is, or like isn't really like the thing that like kind of like psychopathy is not really the underlying issue, and it's more, from what I know, is psychopathy is more of an indicator of something underlying, like a mental health condition or whatever, rather than an actual. Basically, psychopathy is like more of an indicator of an underlying condition rather than an underlying condition itself. And psychopathy could just be the thing itself, you know? But like it is like, it could just be like, oh, this person scored high on psychopathy, but you know, on further testing they don't have any underlying issues. They could have just scored high on a psychopathy personality scale, you know. They could have just scored high on psychopathy on a personality test, you know. Why am I trying to rant while putting stuff away? But basically, psychopathy is more of an indicator rather than, it's like more of an indicator and a personality trait rather than an underlying like issue or like something that has just happened because of like trauma, you know. I don't know if I explained that right, but like yeah, that is just from my knowledge as a psychology student and from what I've researched about psychopathy and from what I know about personality, which is not a lot compared to like the mountains of research that is out there, and you know the and what personality specialists know. But from what I know about personality, psychopathy is a personality trait rather than a actual condition. And I hate that media portrays it as an underlying condition rather than an indicator of an underlying condition or an indicator of something else. So yeah, I don't know if I explained that properly. So yeah, I kind of want to do a Q&A actually of like a video talking about psychology kind of misinterpretations, but like I don't want to become a like psychology YouTuber, because again I am just a psychology student and I don't really want to narrow down my second channel to just one thing. So yeah. I need to stay on the server actually because because Tom Ray just gave me something I need to check out. Anyways, let me go raid out. We are going to go raid out to Psssttt, who is playing some more Spiral. So let me wait for this ad to finish before I send out the raid command. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this stream. As always, my socials are in the Twitch commands about raid section and the description on YouTube if you are watching over there. Hope you've enjoyed, and I shall see you guys on Wednesday, hopefully for I'm thinking a Cube Escape collection achievement hunting stream, but that is not set in stone yet. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you guys on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. BST. Bye guys. Bye.